All right, I said when this drive happened yesterday that I was going to have to go back and revisit because I knew looking at the play-by-play that it was a better drive than I wanted to give it credit for. This is the Texans' first touchdown drive in the game, and just as a reminder to everybody, up to this point in the game, the Texans came out. They had a really nice 13-play drive. They got down to the Indianapolis 4-yard line, kicked a field goal. A story we've seen all too often with this Texans team and their inability to score in the red zone. Then they went three and out, a one-play interception. Along the way, they had two illegal formations, an illegal forward pass, an egregious one by C.J. Stroud, not to mention at least one other holding penalty, maybe two. It was an ugly, sloppy, haphazard affair, and I was not feeling it. This drive ended up being really good, and CJ did some really good things. The offensive line did some really good things. But let's just start off with the Tremon Smith return. This drive, Indianapolis can't afford an actual Christmas tree, so they decorate that obelisk. And then we have Tremon Smith with a nice return, but this gets called back. Why? For an interesting reason, very interesting reason.
Illegal formation on the receiving team, number 7.
That's CJ Stroud.
Yeah, number 7 is I believe that. Let's hear JJ.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud accurately points. Jeez, he's got me. Damn, Clay Martin, this official. Clay Martin says that it's number 7. Is actually number 47, the other speed. And Carly Ursay Gordon, whose vibe I actually like. She's like, what the hell is he talking about? She looks at her card. She's like, number 7. I'm gonna be mad at this guy by the end of the day. I predict it. So that drive did not get off well to a good start. The Tremon Smith return ends up getting knocked back to the 32 for an illegal formation on the kickoff return. So another illegal formation added to it. Next play, still really not feeling it on this drive. Woody Marks goes for 1 yard. And there's nothing magical here, just a really good job by the Colts defense. I haven't even watched this play yet. These guys, the Colts were being pretty damn aggressive. You can see immediately Zaire Franklin, number 44, comes up, fills hard, doesn't make the tackle, but Dalton Schultz falls off of his guy. So I'm still, I'm really starting to, I'm seeing all kinds of comments and my replies about how Davis Mills needs to be the guy. Then this one right here is where things got kicked off because CJ finds Nico Collins on an in-breaking route. Yes, it's what we like to see. Accurate, ball came out really fast, and you see there's a blitz coming off the edge. This was a cover 0 blitz, so CJ recognized immediately that he has to get rid of the ball. There's not going to be anybody to pick that edge defender up. They end up bringing 7 guys on this ultimately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's space over the middle. Nico, it'd be even better if I found out that Nico adjusted his route because of that and saw the coverage. But that safety's just not going to get on Nico on that play. So that's good. That's good. We got a nice big chunk play to Nico Collins for 15 yards. Very next play. This one, he gets it off to Schultz immediately. And the first thing I was thinking was, obviously Schultz goes for 1 yard. The pass wasn't perfect or anything, but if you look up top on this, you see Nico up top coming across the first down marker there, and I can't see where the safety is on the other side or whether that was single high. But I honestly, at this point where we've been focusing on, hey, on first down, take the easy money, and CJ's not going to overly complicate this. Ball comes out quick. You only get a yard on it. But I'll take that because it was positive yardage instead of a sack or an incompletion or anything on first down. Next play, Woody Marks with not an electrifying run, only goes for 3 or 4 yards here, but there's a penalty. Oh, watch Ariante Ursary coming around the edge. This is a good block by Ariante Ursary. But then there's defensive holding on Big Country there, Grover Stewart. This is tough as a defensive lineman. I hate this. It's really, really hard when you go from getting double teamed to all of a sudden at this point right here, as JJ was pointing out on the broadcast. So he gets his hands into the center, Jake Andrews. He's going to try to hold his ground. At that point, you're figuring, okay, he's trying to work up to a backer, but I'm also trying not to be overtaken by Ed Ingram, the guard. And right there, it's tough. It's tough not to do that. It's a legitimate call. Colts fans probably aren't happy about it. But listen, I lost a game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars back on the day because of a play almost exactly like that. And I argued until I was blue in the face for a good, I would say 17 hours afterwards that I was innocent. I was guilty. So look, takes one to know one, man. Sorry, Grover Stewart. I really like that guy. Next play, Woody Marks for a much more respectable 16 yards. Oh! If you watched my live stream last night, you know what I'm excited about. Ed Ingram, look at him. Boom. This is so nice. And then Woody Marks, honestly, jukes himself out of it, but still also does get that extra yardage at the end that he just tacks on because he's such a stud. Watch from this angle, the Ed Ingram, the right guard. There's a slanting defensive tackle. Last year, that was death. Any kind of slanting defensive lineman last year was death to the offensive line. Jake Andrews overtakes the slanting defensive tackle, and that Ed Ingram, let's watch this in relative real time. I'm going to watch it from the end zone one more time. I've watched this. I know I've played this too many times across various platforms. I guarantee, I tell you, I've watched it 20 times as many times just on my own free time. And watch at the very end, the linebacker, like grasping. I want to get to you. All right. Okay. That's enough of that. Good play by Ed Ingram there and the offensive line overall. Next play, incomplete to Xavier Hutchinson. This is one that had people really wonder, hey, what are you doing? Why? No. Xavier Hutchinson, he was happy to get the attention. I think CJ did a really good job of spreading the ball around today. But if you watch at the top, right at the beginning of this, Jaden Higgins is on the outside, and as he crosses the 20 there, I think CJ thought Jaden was going to be able to pull the safety over. Safety split it and was right there in position, and it was going to be interesting. It was the ball when I cut this up, boy. Yeah, it's just a little too far outside. Next play though was this little gem on a boot. Completion of Nico Collins. Spoiler alert, there's no touchdown. He goes out of bounds right there. Right on the 4-yard line or the 5-yard line. If you'll recall, earlier in the game, the Texans got all the way down to the 4. Good job by Nico, by the way, owning up to it. There was no doubt there. I love him so much. I forgive you, except you committed the cardinal sin of getting the Texans down close to the goal line, and we know how that's gone in the recent past. This game, many others before it, the closer they get to the goal line, the more the goal line, the end zone becomes like kryptonite. But immediately on the next play, Ariante Ursary and Cade Stover out leading the way for Nick Chubb, who bulldozes a smaller man into the end zone. And Chubb in this game, as well as Woody Marks, did not have electrifying numbers, but they did a really good job of just powering through contact. And then in key moments on the goal line and for conversions, Ariante Ursary out there again, look, 79. This has really become a thing. The guy can move. He just picks him up and puts him down. Yeah, Titus Howard sealing his guy off. Dalton Schultz on his man. Let's go at the right moment. It wasn't at the point of attack. Good job. And then to finish it all off, you have this, just a simple extra point right down the middle, as they would be all day long. Good job. I've got no reason to doubt that it'll ever be anything other than that. Let's be sure that let's see. Defense one. Hey, thanks, Danny. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. Yeah, Danny, whenever you score 20 points in a game and you win, your defense had a big part of it. Please, tell me something I'm not aware of, damn it. Bring new information to this. My God, I'm not sitting here saying that it was an all-pro effort or anything like that. Let's see. CJ set us up both touchdowns with his passing. How did he contribute? Nothing. Yeah, and that's exactly where, if you look at the day, CJ to have over 250 yards passing. What was he? Probably about 65% completions, 0 touchdowns, 1 really ugly interception. He looked rusty. He was rusty in the first half. The big story of the second half is one that, as the Texans start to close out some of these games, the thing that's interesting is that a lot of times they're low possession games. So if you look in the third and fourth quarter, the Texans only had 4 drives. So on average, you get about 6.5 drives per half, 12 to 14 drives per game. And they had a field goal, then they had a touchdown, then they had the ill-fated go for it on 3rd and short and 4th and short, and they didn't get, but at least they pinned the Colts down in their own territory. And then they closed out the game with running for a first down to Colts defense. Titans, Colts, whatever. They're all just people the Texans have beaten. They wore down the Colts. The Colts, by the end of the game, the defense had been out there for 70 plays. The Texans' defense only was out there for 50 plays. Colts fans might remember that when they lost to the Chiefs, there was an extremely lopsided play count by the end of the game, and that's where the just steadily grinding clock, converting first downs, all of those things, but ultimately, punching it in the red zone when you have to, those things matter. The offensive line was way, way better yesterday, and in the previous few weeks than anything they had looked like early in the season. So it's something to build on. Yeah. Let's see, Adam Miller. I think I don't like you, Adam Miller. You know what I just learned on here? I learned how to ban people. Yeah, I'm going to ban this inbred Indianan. I know that's redundant to say, but that's what we'll say. All right, there we go. Let's see. Inbred is gone. This is my universe. I'm going to do the D'Amico Ryans press conference in a little bit.